Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. Sorry I didn't have a video on Saturday. It was a bad day. If you don't see it, generally I'm trying to get a video out on Wednesday, one midweek around Wednesday, and then 2 on the weekend. Sometimes it'll be Friday and Saturday. Sometimes it'll be Friday and Sunday. Sometimes it might be Saturday and Sunday. I don't know. 2 on the weekend. That's my goal. And 1 midweek is my goal. I'm just going to go ahead and pull this piece on the gel plate, but the rest of the video will probably be just more like painty backgrounds. I might use the gel plate, but also I know a lot of you don't have gel plates, so I want to be able to help you as well. You know, I want to give you ideas as well, and sometimes I'll do a bit of both because, you know, I do have people here that watch the gel plating as well, and that have gel plates and like to see things. And I'm just doing this no expectations. I'm trying to get some backgrounds for some cards is my goal, but I'm not going to worry about the colors and all that. I just want some smaller pieces. So I do have some smaller pieces of paper that I'll be playing with that are already cut to size. And I will probably also cut this one to size because I just like that as a nice grungy background. It's kind of cool. I'm not hating it. This one had the, there was stamping. You can kind of see it went through the paper. There was some stamping on the paper, and then I did the gel plate print over that. So some of the stamping shows through where the paint's a little thinner, or where it just was the pull layer that shows there. But it's real subtle, but it gives it a little bit more dimension and texture and whatnot. So there's that. I'm going to keep this one out because if I use my brayer, it is easier to, I waste less paint if I have that out and about. And then some of these already have paint on them. I've been making a lot of 5x7 cards, but I also want to make some 4x6 cards. So I have both sizes here that are about anywhere from 4x6 to like 3 3¾ by 5 3/4. In fact, I might cut this one just to show you. I'll do a couple sizes for this. Although, you know, it's kind of rolling the wrong way, so then you just roll it the opposite direction. Because according to Tim Holtz, sorry Mariah, paper does not have memory. So, you know, you can do that. I don't think I need to cut off the end of that one at all. Let's see. So I'm going to do some, but what I want though is for these, the lines in the middle to be straight. That's what's important to me. I don't mind that. All right. So this one can be possibly, is that one long enough? Some of it might be long enough. That is 5 3/4. I think it's longer on that end. So, is that straight now? I don't know. I think so. By 6 3/4. And so I have a little dot here for the 7-inch mark. And then I just come over here to like 1/4 inch and put my finger there, and then just keep my finger there until I get to where it's 1/4 inch. And that's how I do the 5x7. That doesn't, this should be 5. Oh, I did that way too. 5x7. So 4 3/4 by 6. That works. Okay. So there's a large one of that one. And this one, I don't suppose this is long enough to get to. No, it's not. It goes this way. I do like my lines in the background to be straight, right? All right, so this one's going to be 4, 3 3/4. Or just, I'll do in between that. In between 3 3/4 and 4. And get a straight line over there, and then this one will be in between 5 3/4. So what's that, 5 7/8, I guess. So now I have 2 sizes for that. And yes, I have a lot of wasty scraps, but that's okay. I will probably, I mean, doing that on the cutter would have made more sense, but you know, I'll do it later. These I probably won't keep all these, but these are now scraps that will go into my cardstock scraps, like what I used last week when I was making pockets and stuff. I think that looks like my hand, my fingers. Look, fingers. that will go at the bottom and get covered by something, you know. You can do like a little layering piece on it. Not that one, but you know. I may add more to those. But that's a good start and a good base. All right, let's start with a really easy, just play with some paints and brayer on some paints, I think. And I'm just going to do a lot of neutrally, you know, my green, blue-green, and in between with pops of darker colors. Let's just grab that. No, I want Payne's Gray, I think, instead. What do I have? I have the light blues, and I want one that's more, what's that? That one is Wild Wasabi. I'm going to have to get more Wild Wasabi. And we'll get some aquas, too. And we'll do other colors, too, but I'm just pulling out some things. And other color, and I don't know. That way they're kind of neutral, right? This one's Villa Green. Shake it up. What is this one down here on the floor? Oh, that one's Nutmeg Brown. I don't know if I was going to try to do neutrals, but I'm just not in the mood. I have to be in the mood to try neutrals. Neutrals are not my forte. You know. So some of these are just paper, and some are cardstock, and some, because they're going to get glued onto, I need a bigger piece, I think. Or something that's more absorbent. Because there's a lot of paint on here. So one thing I like to do is just layer up some colors with the brayer. It's okay that some white's coming through because more stuff is going to get put on there. More colors are going to get added on there in a light way, or, you know, in a light way. Oh, look at that. We got some paint goobers. And if you put a paper underneath, all right, this is why you probably don't want to use just plain paper. I think this is resume paper. It's just because, you know, it's going to roll up on you. That's the only thing with that one. Doesn't mean I won't use them, but... And the nice thing about pulling out the gel plate for the thing is you can just, you know, get your other corners and whatnot. I have Yupo on my desk. No, that's paper. Little bits of Yupo and paper because, you know. All right. Let's go ahead and throw on some of this seafoam. All right, before you shake it, you want to make sure the cover's on there. So there's that. Oh my goodness. Let's just finish this bottle. I know Carrie said he wanted to come over and combine all my almost empty bottles. But how do you get them to come out? Though, like combining them seems like there'll be more work than just using them up. You know what I mean? In fact, no, maybe not. I was thinking about just... And I don't mind that that's not perfect. Could even come in and just kind of, don't know which side I just picked that up with. Doesn't really matter. Just get something on there. We'll add more in a minute. Some of these are watercolor paper, so I could use inks. That would be a fun thing to do too. It's just whatever I feel like. We might use inks, we might not. We are going to finish up this bottle today though, I think. This is what I was thinking about doing before, was just, oh, that's weird. It's all right. It's interesting. All right. I do like this color, though. It's almost like a blue-gray, so if you're, like, looking for a color that's similar, the Liquitex blue-gray, but it's a little bit more blue than gray, so, you know. And I've also got some scrapbook paper here, which I could just go ahead and... That doesn't look like the right. Oh, I think I forgot to cut that one down shorter. That's all right. You can cut them before you paint them, or you can cut them afterwards. It's totally up to you. See, that's fine. It's got something on there. All right. I think these are all, well, this one's not quite as almost empty. This is the wasabi again. There we go. Getting a good amount out. But that other one, what I might do is add a little water to it, so that I can get more out of there and do it as a second layer, and then it'll hopefully be a little bit more transparent. I do like these colors together. The green and the whatever blue I said that was. Just getting color on there. And I had a couple square ones too, just in case I wanted to do a sentiment. Like I've seen people do that on a card where, probably should bring this down a little bit, where there's like, hold on, I'll show you what I mean. Where they have like a square here and then a sentiment here. So the art piece is just like up in the top there. So I figured if I do a couple square pieces, then that's an option. What was I going to do? Add a little water to this. Oh no, that's for the second layer. What is this one? This one is surfboard. It's similar. These are all very similar. But they are also very much colors that are in Stamperia products, which is why I bought them in the first place. So like the sea foam, and I think the wasabi are colors that are in some of those Stamperia collections. That is more bright though. Because I was matching that. I did a journal at some point in time, music, and I used a Stamperia paper that had like the violins and the music and stuff in it. If I think to, I will link that below, because it's a little easier for me to search in YouTube Studio probably. Will I do these all with a brayer? Not necessarily, because I do have I could use a palette knife, or like a gift card are also good ways to get the paint on the... I had one here. Well, you know, we're just going to keep using the brayer and because that's what we have here. But it's the I usually, you know, like things when I have no expectations. I'm not trying to get anything super precise or anything. See, that's got nice fringiness. I like that. I'm not hating it. Key West, this one's almost full. So that's nice. Oh, and the other one I've been working on that has Stamperia paper is the one for my niece. So some of these actually could work in her journal as well. I think I had the gardening one, the garden theme one from Stamperia for that. And you can wait for these to dry before you do your other layers, but sometimes I don't do that, especially if it's a textured paper. Because you don't, if the colors are on the same side of the color wheel, it doesn't matter so much. If they're opposite side of the color wheel, then yeah, you'll want to, if you don't want mud, then you will want it to, and I'm starting with light color. You'll want, oh my word, finish the thought, lady. What was I would finish the thought if I could remember what it was. Whew, it flew out of my head. If I remember, I'll say. And I don't even remember what the next thought was that was trying to come out either. I'm not worried about that little mark in the middle. See, this one's still a little bit wet, but if I just go ahead now and brayer some on there, if I don't want that line, I do have a bigger brayer I could use, or I could just go, you know, more this direction. So some of the green, some of the aqua still shows beneath the green, which is nice and fun. Same here, we just get some layers happening, and it's just interest and whatnot. I don't know, can you see it? Are you still there? Yeah. So you just get that subtle, especially when you're using colors that are close to each other. And then this was like a pickup, and I just cut that one down, so I'm not doing that. That'll be the next steps with that one. I was gonna figure out how to get more out of this. What was this one? Seafoam, yeah. Beach glass is one of my favorites too. They're all very similar. They're like little muted pastels, I guess. All right, let's keep this upside down so it can... I'll try centrifugal force in a bit too, but for now, let's do that. And green villa. Oh, what? This one's fairly full. I don't really need to open it like that. Just add some of that in there. Ugh, this is why the other paper is better, but so that gives it a little bit of a different effect. I don't know if you can see that or not. But they're not mixed together, so there's that slight gradient there, which is kind of cool. So I'm just doing light layers and just adding more. And trying to remember what kind of paper I have down. You know, if it's thin paper, that's gonna get a little bit. And for people that really like the brayer-offs when you're gel plate printing, this is just basically all brayer-offs, you know. These would be kind of like the side pieces that you get. I don't mind that some of that pattern showing through. In fact, I kind of wish I'd done some of these with some stamping on the back. In fact, let's do that. Let's just grab, I'm just going to grab cardstock, actually. And I'm going to grab just black ink. Is she? She is. She's going to, if she can find black ink, that's what she's going to use. Just so you know. Because we're doing thin layers. I'm going to have to pause you for a second while I look for, what's this one? That's olive green. That's the way, no, I gotta pause for a second. Alright, so I've got VersaFine and I've got Archival. We'll try them both. For the ones that are painted, I'm going to add Archival because, you know, now they're not quite so porous, so I would have to wait for the VersaFine to dry. And just little bits on here. Although I'm going to cover more paint, so if I did the whole thing, it would get covered to some degree, so it's not that big a deal. But and that's probably going to, oh, there we go. So you'll see a lot of that will get covered, but some of it will still show through. So it's a little crooked. I don't like when it gets crooked. That irritates me. You know. It does. It irritates me. Okay, so this one's a VersaFine Claire, the black. I might go ahead and, I think it goes that way. But you can see the different, well, where's the first one? Not a huge amount of difference. The VersaFine's a little bit darker. Now I need to let that dry, but that's fine. That one just went down the middle with that one. Trying not to get paint on it, but you know. And I like to vary the sizes, so I'm not worried about, you know, that I'm getting it all over of the writing. That doesn't bother me, because some of it will get covered up with more paint, and some of it will show through, you know, depending on what techniques I use and whatnot. I get more ink. Let's see, that one's super light, which is fine. All right, and then I was going to also do this piece of cardstock. It's a weird piece. This one's going to get cut up, so I'm just kind of, whoops, well, it's all over. That's all right. It'll get hidden. And then I also want some that will be medium size, maybe. I do like these circles by Carrie. They're nice, bold, great for the background. And they're not perfect circles. You know me, I don't necessarily want perfect. And this is what I like about doing a bigger piece and cutting it down is I'm not worrying about where it goes. On the smaller pieces, I'd probably be a little bit more, not precise is not the word I want, but more thoughtful maybe. And just kind of like 3 places. I like overlapping patterns. That's just me. So this stamp is, the last one was a Tim Holtz one. This one is a PM Artist Studio one. It's designed by Carrie Griffith, aka Carrie the Crafter. I use it a lot. And then another one of my new favorites is one that I designed that came out last month, I think, which would have been November. Or this month. It is still November at this point in time. I don't know what color this will be because I've used other colors on there. Which is why I don't get, like, you know, perfect black on other things either. All right, this is textured paper, which is why we're not seeing, like, a ton of it. But that makes for an interesting background. I did not, that was my phone that just did that sound because I did not put it on Do Not Disturb. Let's try this one. I know it's not very dark. It's just super subtle in the background, but it's a background, so you might want it a little bit more subtle. And I think it might be time to get new black VersaFine. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? You tell me. Usually get a pretty, there, if you want it in the middle. So. It just does get a little bit darker if I do it that way. I don't know why. Not terribly, but you don't have to use black in the background. You can use any color you want. Sometimes I'll use navy blue. You know, just kind of fill in some of these spots with the swirls. And the contrast here is the size, because they're all round, circular-y. I could do contrast with like geometric shapes if I wanted to. But the reason I did this was to show you how that plays out when you add paint. And I did a video at some point in time just doing different types of backgrounds. You know, like I did stamping, I did collage, just different things in the background. I'll have to link that below. Remind me if you want, if you haven't seen that one and you want to see it and I didn't link it, it's okay to remind me that I said I might link something, because I tend to forget stuff. This was not upside down like it was supposed to be. Use some force to get it out of there. Oh no, it's pretty much empty, isn't it? Put it upside down, lady. Keep putting it upside down, lady. And add some of the, where's the other one that's similar to that one? The surfboard. Yeah, that was it. I mean, it's brighter, but similar. I don't mind if they mix up a little bit. Oh, is there a paint goober in there? It feels thick and weird. But maybe not. Maybe not. Ew, it's doing weird stuff though. Alright, we're just gonna. So the first coat is a nice thin coat, so it's semi-transparent. So we get a lot of that still showing through. And I mean, that alone, if you just do some stamping and a thin layer of paint over that, it's a fun background. Cut that up, you got a nice background. But I don't stop there. I add more. Want more. Just do that maybe. I want it more flat and less dendritic, but I do still want some of that green peeking through. There's another green one. I don't want to obliterate. Oh, here's another thing you can do. I do this sometimes, you know. Just press them together, not for too long, because you don't want to get in that sour spot where it starts ripping your paper. I don't know if that did anything or not, but some of the green's still showing, some of the white still showing through for that matter. Just kind of getting it on there. I know that some got on there because the stamping got lighter, even though can't really tell a lot of difference between the colors. For this one. That one's very green. We could, that is green. That's very, this is a different green. This is the Villa Green. Or it's, yeah, was that Wasabi that's on there? Or is it the, yeah, this one's Villa Green. It has a little bit more blue to it, I guess. It's like a, the closest thing to this Villa Green in like Liquitex would be the gray green. So, you know. I mean, and maybe you're not seeing a difference as I, you know, add more and more and more. But I am, and I'm going to take one of these that has words on it and do one of these too, because why not? Then you have the words peeking through. Okay, we're just, I was going to add water to this. Do I know where the water is? No, that's why I haven't done it. Are you getting tired of these colors? Should we do a different color? I don't know what, I'm used to taking the covers off of other things. Was that one? Was that wild wasabi? Do you like some wild wasabi? With a little bit of the blue coming through? Yeah. And I know this book does not have bad words in it because it's from The Secret Garden. Whoops. And you know, where it gets thicker, you don't see all the words where it's going to get thicker. I want to add, some gesso, maybe a layer of gesso here and there. This is gesso, right? Or is this paint? No, this is gesso. Oh, the other one next to it is paint. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. There. I know I did. Before I came in here, I had a little scraper because I was using it to pick up the crumbs off my desk. All right, this will work. It's about the layers. And sometimes you want to push stuff back just because, why not? To bring others, I don't know why, you just do. So now that covers up a lot of the stamping back there, but still some stamping showing. So what I might do is come in with some stenciling in this color and go over the gesso with that. That would be an idea for that. I also want to work on making like grungy. There's some techniques that I need to learn and work on to get some fun grunginess happening. And yes, these look fine. I could have stopped at that last layer and they'd make nice backgrounds. They would be perfectly fine and nice. But I want more than fine, and I want something that people are going to be like, well, how did she do that? I couldn't do that. See, if I just stopped at this layer, anybody could do that. I want to make it a little more special than that, I guess, is what I'm saying. Should I save one of these plain ones just so we can see the difference later? No, and then we'll just pull some of that off. Grab whatever's left on there. A little bit sand in there. See, now on some of these that are starting to get a little bit washed out, I want to bring in something. What do I know. I think I know. I need to grab some stencils and some paint. Darker paint. So when I'm working on smaller pieces, this is a good time to bring in some of the strippers from PM Artist Studio. So I'm just going to put a couple of those down. This one is probably the first. Nope, this is volume 3. Why volume 3 is the first one in the book, I couldn't tell you. I really could not. Not even a little bit. So I'll just use some of these, and that will add some layers, which will be fun. I'm gonna do Payne's Gray to start because that's just a safer color in my brain. I might try brown too. Another good way to add layers too is I've got messy borders, which I use for I'll try to pull them. I'll try to remember. I can't promise anything, but I tend to use those for mark making. That's the word I'm looking for. Probably didn't need to. Oh yeah, that's fine. So also, I don't mind getting a little bit in the background with that, and then also come in on this side. The paint got a little thick in there, so I'm just gonna kind of do it lightly. A smaller one. I don't necessarily want a real straight line over there, so I'm just kind of pressing on the edges. So then we have that kind of a deal happening. And this one, I will do what? I don't know. So like that, and get some of it on there. So like that, to get some over there. If you use, if you have the humid climate, then you can probably get more of that on your stuff. So I'm just kind of doing the corners. Kind of looks kind of skeleton-y, but that's okay. There, that's cool. We don't mind that. This one's gonna get cut down, so I'll just pick up whatever I can on that. I mean, I don't mind the line down the middle. That's interesting. All right, let's try some Payne's Gray. My voice is being weird. Not Payne's Gray. What is this? Raw Umber. It's fluid. But I think this time I'll try a different. Where'd my book go? Right next to me. Come on, lady. Pay attention to what you're doing. All right, whoever's messaging me, I'll get to you. Oh, I like this one. This one's fun. And then I'll have to put these away. That's the only, oh, I like these for grungy. These are, so that this one came from volume 2 of the strippers, and this arrowy one is volume 7. It's a lot of volumes. What else might want to use in there? These are good for using for smaller pieces too, as are these. Ooh, that one will be, let's try some of this one. This one is the 5x7 Victorian parlor paper. Let's do one of those. That would be maybe good with the brown. All right, moving that over there for a second. All right, I'm going to use some raw umber here. That's way too much, but that's okay. Bits everywhere. All right, let's find one here that is not, maybe has a lot more green. Oh, I don't know, blue and brown is good too. There we go. We're just getting a little bit of, the blues and greens are still showing through. That's just going to grunge that one up a little bit. Let me do that with this one too. Still has some of the blue showing through. It's fine. I know some of you are like, why are you doing that to that? Don't worry about it. There's a method to my madness. That's just one layer. Don't worry about it. You don't have to, you don't need to worry about it. All right, this one is just kind of plain, so let's just go ahead and pick that up like that. And take one of these and just a little bit of brown on there, that's all. That's kind of cool though. And there's a little bit of the other one showing behind it. All right, and let's do this in brown. How now, brown cow? Get it on there good. And I'm using, actually, will I use the, no, I think I'll use the Payne's Gray because it's heavier. Or if I want to go subtle, I can go with one of these colors that I've already used. We could go subtle. Sometimes with the background, oh my word, you might want to go more subtle. And to get into those orifices, you just kind of want to go all directions. What is that? Oh, I must have got paper stuck on there at some point. And use the smaller brayer. This is not a time for a 6 or 12 inch brayer. I don't mind that some of that white got in there. I'm pretty pleased about it, actually. I'm going to stick that on there and see what we get. And stick this on here. Just didn't press super hard. So it gives me just this very light version of this. And then this one, I will pick it up with, I don't know what. Not that one, not that one. You know, I might just let it dry and pick it up even. How about this one? This time I am pressing down. A little too subtle. I mean, you can see it. It's super subtle. So subtle, it's a secret. Let's do Payne's Gray with that. I could probably even line that up. Where'd it go? Darcy, why do you throw things? Because then you can't find them after you... Oh, it's upside down right here. I don't have to line it up, but I think it'd be a little bit better if I do. A little Payne's Gray for going not for subtle this time. Now, what's interesting about that is because there was marks on the brayer, it kind of left a little bit of interestingness. Add a little bit of darkness to that one. We want to add a little bit of darkness to this one. Blue and brown's nice. We like blue and brown. Oops, that might be a little more brown than we wanted, but we still have other stuff showing through, so it's fine. It's fine. Everything's... All right, I ran out of... All right, let's go ahead and put this on here. See if any of that comes off of there. It did. And do this one over here. Like I said, this one's going to get cut down. Very nice. Very pretty. That one already has it. That's, oh, were there any of these that needed a little? Oh, that one needs something. It's got like nothing on it. It's just boring. I'll just probably try and nothing will come off that probably. But. So if you make like cards and stuff, a 5x7. Oh, see, I love the distressed look of that. That actually makes me quite happy. I like that as a background. Things that make me happy might not make you happy. So, you know, should we do a little bit of red here and there? This needs more something. That's my husband. That's what his for text, his is that whistle, because then I know it's him. What color is this? This is lipstick red. I don't know if anybody else's brain went where my brain went, but that's interesting. I like kind of how that did that. Okay. If so, I guess we're friends for a reason. Right, that's interesting. You still see some of the green and whatever colors, and then the red on top of that. That's a really weird textured red. I don't know. It's thick. She's thick. It's almost as thick as lipstick. But it does weird things on the plate. Let's just do a little bit over here. Little pops of red in here are not a bad thing. However, that gets cut up. It's dry already. That's fine. Kind of interesting. Now, if that was just on plain white paper, it wouldn't be as interesting as it is on that, I don't think. Just gonna pick up what's on the corners there, I think. Kind of a vignette kind of a deal happening there. Because why not? All right, we tried red. Let's try a little bit of quinacridone violet just for funsies. It is liquid. It must be 3 o'clock. Nope, it's not. I thought I was hearing my son's alarm go off, but I guess not. I know, I don't always make sense when I do things. Because that had a nice... These are all very nice, and I'm just... I don't know. Am I messing them up? I don't know. Some people don't like when I do this. I wanted more layers, I guess. More layers, more better. Whatever's left on there, we'll pick up with that piece. That lipstick one edge looks kind of, not, it doesn't look orangey. I don't know if I like it on there or not, you know? But if you don't like something, you can just come through and change it up with, where did the paint I just freaking had go? It's right here. I threw it. That's what happened. So adding some of this would definitely change that up. See, whoops. I like, see this background here? I just love that there's like all these different colors back there. It makes me happy. I don't know why. But that also reminds me of that other stencil I really like that I could just kind of pull out. And my drop paper looks interesting, doesn't it? Where's that? I wasn't crazy about this red so much, so I'm just gonna come through with a red violet to kind of pinkify it, but you know, also doing it like thin. Also, all right, once again, I want my water. I can't find my freaking water. That's all right. I should have water near me. I usually do. It's usually right here. Is it right here? Not right now. It's not. Wait. Nope, that's not it. I don't want to edit this video, so I need to either pause or forget about it. Ooh, when you don't have water, try some pouring paint. See what happens. Why? I don't know why. There's no good reason. I just kind of wanted a glaze of some sort, I think. Or I wanted to make a mess. One of those things. Nope, I'm going to go find water. No. The wipe. Let's try the wipe. Because if you can get it soon enough, you can... Nope, I want water. I'll be right back. Cannot find my stupid spray bottle. So I will just grab some water from a water bottle that I can find. And just kind of sprinkle it on there. Because the paint is still a little bit wet. So that may work. And then just grab some paper. And see if I can get some of that to come up. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, some of it obviously came up because it's coming up on the paper, but not like I wanted. Oh, now we have this. This might, that's all right. We'll make it work in the end. All right, let's just go ahead and just add some of this color onto some paper. So if you're ever wondering what quinacridone violet and whatever that white, the pouring paint looks like together, that's what it looks like. Just gonna tear that. Just spread that around a little bit. I'm not too worried about it. Now if I were to add some blue or whatever, it would be purpley, won't it? Or blurple. That's a lot. Probably more than I need. But that's all right. I didn't really want to have it. I wanted to keep some of the pink showing through, but that did not happen. That's all right. We'll just take another piece of paper and peel some of that paint off. Just in an attempt to get some of that. I might even drip some water on there. My gloves all wet now. Whatever. Doesn't always work. All right, my gloves all wet now. That's going to annoy me. That's really going to annoy me. blend this in over here so it's not quite so stark, and got some pink showing through, but it's not going to be, I mean, pink, violet. It's violet. It's not pink, Mo. It's violet. I know it looks pink, but it says it's violet. I have to tease Mo. We all love Mo. If you've been in any of the live streams, or a lot, not any of them, a lot of the live streams, you will see Cookie Wookie, aka Mo. See, it's already looking more better. That one had, oh, let's do this one. Some people like these colors. Oh, this one. Just remember when I liked it when I first did it? Guess what? I don't like it so much now. But it won't be boring when we're done with it, all said and when all is said and done. You know, sometimes you just want to throw paint on paper. Or like Karen says, slap paint on paper. You know. Is this the color I just used? Let's go with the Villa Green. I might get a Sage Green out too. Oh my goodness. Somebody else, oh, that's probably just, that was my phone again too, not yours. I never put it on Do Not Disturb. That's all on me. So y'all are like, I hardly ever get notifications except for when I'm trying to do a video, and then all of a sudden it's notifications. Palmetto is a nice bright, light bright green. Whoops. This one, the first palmetto I ever got was like super, what's the word I want? That was nautical. Oh, sage. We're throwing some sage. It was super stinky. That's the word I'm looking for. It was so stinky. Oh, it's too much. I want some of it to come off. You know, if you're going to do a lot on paper, maybe use like a more mixed media kind of paper and not so much a piece of, you know, it's not going to last quite as well. You know what I haven't used yet? Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold. Well, I think I just have Azo Gold now, but you know what I'm saying. I think I need some of that and some dark turquoise. I don't know why. I thought I wanted to do all these nice, pretty colors, and now I'm just like, no, I want something else. I had to find the box where I have my stuff from, that's Dad's hearing aids, where I have stuff from my, whatchamacallit, with Eddie and, collaboration with Eddie and Mariah. That's, I have got my Prussian blue and orange and violet are all, what did I just do? Oh, I just did the violet, okay. For some reason, I thought I was doing the Azo Gold, but I am not. You know. That's a little bright. That's all right. What else? Where else? Hey, that's the one. No, that's the one I was just using. I thought that was the one I was looking for earlier, but it's not. See, with the textured paper, it's kind of cool. And the edges. Because why not? Do I love it? No. I don't love any of these. That's why I keep adding paper. I'm like, it's wishy-washy. It's boring. It's, I don't know. Azo Gold. That's what I thought I was doing. I do like Azo Gold with like the patinas, which is kind of what I started out. Like, it will really make that green look more patina, is I think what I'm trying to say. It's all right. If some of these I can use in my journal with Eddie and Mariah because it's going to have all the colors. See, now I'll have to do something to brighten these up again, but let's see. More Azo Gold. When in doubt, add Azo Gold. Ooh, I think I want to do that, and come in with, oh, they're all over the place. I don't feel the need to make those neat. I'm just going to take them off for now. I don't know why. The first one I bought of these stickers, they stayed on great. And for some reason, this one, they do not stay on the plastic great. So I might just have to glue them onto something not plastic so they will stay on. And then I could even do words and stuff if I wanted to. It's very orange now, but I'm okay with that. I don't know why I'm okay with it, but I am. Alright, I want some, oh good, I did get some turquoise. I want some turquoise now. Dark turquoise. Yeah, baby. I just want more. Do you guys know what I'm looking for? Why? Just trying to get a thin layer of it, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Just want a thin layer so it'll be at least somewhat transparent. And the funky letters. How funky are your letters? Okay, that you can't really see the letters, but that's okay. If I went darker, you would have. It's just grungy like that. I might just use for collage paper at some point in time. So if I were to add turquoise to that, it would green it out. I don't really want it green. What is that's the turquoise? I want Payne's Gray, I think, which is already on there. What do I want? When do I want it? Oh, I found the card I was looking for earlier. Oops, covered the stencil over there. That's not what I wanted to do. It's okay. We'll bring it back out again later with the This is getting really dark. It's such a thin layer on my brayer. That's why we're just getting little bits on here. Let's try this. Trying to figure out how. We'll just try this. I was trying to figure out how I could. Well, I could get my bigger. I do have the full size version of the Loopy Loops. Oh, I do like how it kind of shows around the edges like that, though. That's kind of cool. We need to brighten this one up now, don't we? Where'd the gesso go? I feel like doing an evil laugh every time I bring out gesso. Sorry, Diane. Oh, and I wanted to say hi to Maui. Hi, Maui. And if you have a pet that watches with you, let me know. And I will say hi to your pet, too. Because, I mean, I could be like Gail and other people and say hi to you guys. But what fun is it to say hi to pets? You know, especially when they watch me. And Shauna was telling me that her, I think it's her dog or her cat, I forget now, but her pet, I think it's a cat. But it made me think of, I can't remember the name of Robin's dog, but I said hi to him once. Right, sometimes it's interesting to do that. Just brayer off onto the drop paper and pick that up, and then it's super, then you're just not getting as much. It's kind of sort of like when Carrie does the, what does he do, like baker's paper or parchment paper or freezer paper, I think he uses. I know, I'm just covering it up, whatever. Adds to the layers. Actually, the back of that's not looking too terrible, but let's get some of that off on there maybe. I don't know, kind of cloud these out, but then if I want to add something else on top, it would push it towards the, what I want to do with this one. Kind of want to flatten it out without getting much more paint on there. What else? Anything else? That one's really dark. It's just, it's not going to pick up everywhere because it's textured. And there's still some white showing through. That's kind of cool. This one, I don't know what we do with that one. I don't know, eventually I'll get these to where, this one I don't mind. I mean, it's a background, so that's fine. I just need to cut it down to the right size now, or I'll just use it for collage paper. Either way works. But it's not done yet. All right, do that one at just under 4 and just under 6. And I don't think I have any actual 4x6 cards at the moment. And I don't dare pull out any card bases at the moment either. So I'll probably maybe get these to a point where they are ready for, let's pull out turquoise stamp. And this is very, I want something, I'm going to put a little black, maybe not that one. Where's, I had my numbers here earlier, is the thing. We got open circles. We got this distressy one. I had the numbers here earlier, foils numbers. We're here earlier. Also, we have this. I'll have to wash it again, but I think I will do this with the gesso, the stamp. So it shows a little bit, there's a little bit on there. Not a ton, super subtle, but it should show in there a little bit. When I want it to be subtle and also not blocky, that's why I do it like that. And I could even do that. That would get it a little bit darker, brighter, I should say. Yeah, see, then we don't have like a big block. It just is more distressed looking. That's what I like about that. I like this. This is kind of like sweater stitching, so I really like it for winter. That's why you see me use it a lot when I'm making wintry cards. This is usually going this way. There we go. That's kind of cool. Could do a little bit in the middle too. Doesn't show up as much, but that's okay. Oh. I have a pretty thin layer of gesso on my brayer, so I'm not too worried about, I mean, they had already gotten down in there anyway, so. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing. There we go. Look, this orangey one. Which side is the right side? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Just forgetting what I'm doing. There we go. This one, maybe? I mean, I could kind of redo this stamp to be not perfectly square, and maybe I'd like it better. I don't know. I like it, though, as a stamp. Yeah, but that's how I get around that. And it'll show up most on the places where it's darker. I could even come in and... That's just dark now. Oh, now it's just white. That's okay. We'll just do this. Well, now it's pink, but it's not even white. It's pink. Oh, can't really scrape any of that off. Plus, it's just thin paper, so the back actually is more interesting. Although you can see the whatchamacallit, I know what that's called. I know you know what that's called. All right, a little bit more of this. I want it over on this sweat. I don't want that color, I don't think. Oh, I gotta go wash it. Do I gotta go wash it? I gotta go wash it. But first, let's do a little bit of blue. And then we'll go wash it. There we go. I don't think we have blue on this one yet. Which, this goes this way. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter, but in my world, it matters a little bit. Also, this is drying really fast, and I just need to get that washed. Just little bits here and there. Which I'm okay with. Let's see what else we can get. Alright, I'm going to go wash this. Yeah, I got to do it before it dries. We're way over. Well, this video has gone quite long. So I will come back and play with these in another video. At this point in time, though, you know, uploading is going to take forever if I don't do something about it. So I'm just cutting this one down to like 4x6. I may cut it down some more in a bit if I want a frame around it. Which I might, we'll see. That's not straight on this end, so I left a little space. Because I usually do, yeah, a little less just to give it a frame on the card. But also, you know, if I make my own envelope, I can do fair, you know, odd size cards if I want to, I suppose. I will probably go through and pick out some focal points ahead of time. I tend to do animals. Animals are just easy, and I like to do animals, like you know, something like that. So he would go this way. So I'm kind of glad I don't have a ton of stencils and stamps on that one yet. I will probably come in and use stencils and stamps to decorate the background a little bit more there. for that one. Or I do look really cute on that one too. But so yeah, oh, Dad's back from his walk. So, and some of them will go, this one will have to go, it's my brain, it has to go that way. You know, that's the direction that has to go in my brain. And I might even put something on that side to just cover where it's kind of more plain there. I don't know, but you can see the stamp behind there still. So it's just a lot of texture and a lot of, and this one, you know, it just looks grungy and messy, but I'm okay with that one. This one, little red, white, and blue kind of happened in there. I cut these down. This was the bigger paper that I cut down. So when you cut them down, then you have something interesting. I think I actually like that better when I have a bigger piece and then cut it down. Let's show that close up. So there's just, you can see a lot of different colors in here. A little tiny bit of orange even in a couple of places on that one. And some of them, yes, I did over brayer on some of them, kind of took out the interesting parts of them, like this one. But that's okay. I'll bring back in, so now it just looks pink. You can barely see what was back there. That one got obliterated. That's sad when that happens. I do like with the orange, with that green, because it makes it look like a patina green. And there's that one. This one, I don't love the edges, so I might cut this down smaller to more of a 4x6. There's a 4x6 one. I do like this in this direction. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter too much. It's just texture in the background. I'll add more to these. This one, I know, I started out going one direction and ended up in a totally different direction. This one definitely needs more, something to like stand out a little bit more. This one's just got layers and layers and layers. I don't even have any stamping or stenciling on it yet. That's going to happen later. This one's just kind of grungy. Let's see, what about this one? Oh, that one got a little bit too much gesso happening on it, but it's still interesting. And I can add to it. There's some scraps left over. Oh, here's a couple more pieces. I have not been loving what I've been making lately. I don't mind that one. I think that one needs like some green, because it's got like a little bit of, I think I just need to do some like sap green on that one. Make it more like nature-y. And then there's that one. I think that's all of them. I don't see any more hiding about. There's the plain, this is what they look like if I don't add anything to them. Still viable, still possible to use that on something. I think that's all of them. But like this one here, this is what I plan to do with them, is to put them on a card. This one was kind of small for this card, so I did a border and then did the card, so it's like a 5x7 card. But I love the more there is in the background, the more I like it. So maybe I should use some yellows. I don't know. But like this little business here and that little business there, I like that. That's the stuff I like. I should have used some bubble wrap. I think that's bubble wrap. And then even if I just do like a white piece like this on the front, it helps it stand out. And just, you know, pushes all this to the background. I don't know. I'll play with these in another video. I think I said that with the last ones. Did I ever play with those? I don't know. I might have. But these are all like ready to the size they need to be to go on card fronts. I just need to make them more better. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I've tried to be chatty. I hope I was chatty enough for y'all. And I appreciate you guys. And I love you. And I hope you have a delightful day. Love you. Bye.